Hello, dear students and my audience. Very warm welcome from Dr. Ahmed YouTube channel. Today I'm going to record a very different video, which is not particularly for the benefit of researchers, but for the benefit of generally the students. The video title, is The Voice in English Language. I mean, how to change active or to passive and how to change that passive into active. The video is basically about that. And there may be thousands and hundreds of videos on that. But I think the students who want to learn from me or who want to watch my YouTube channel, they may be able to get benefit from that. So today's topic is going to be the voice in English language. What's its importance and why we are required to learn all that. And if we know how to convert one active into passive and then from one passive into active, what is the benefit of that? Why after all this is required? Why are the British people doing this thing that in the language the more and more complexity is developed? So let us see and see what actually happens inside that. Students, now look at this slide. You will see that there are two sections of sentences. First section is that of the active voice and second section is that of the passive voice. Now what is the difference? I live in my house, subject in the beginning, the person who's working. She manages a new factory, she is in the beginning, who works, that is subject. The rich enjoy luxuries, again, the rich, that is the subject in the beginning. So in active voice sentences, we have the subject in the beginning and the verb form is different in different sentences because of the tense. And again, the passive voice section, the letter is posted by me, the object is in the beginning. The thing on which the work is done, that is in the beginning. The work was not finished by him, again, we have this object in the beginning, the work. Match has been won, match is again the object, and that is why in the beginning, because it's a passive voice sentence. And all passive voices have third form of the verb, that is posted, finished, and won. So there is a clear distinction for recognition that in case of active voice, we can have verb form according to the tense and the subject would be in the beginning. But in case of passive voice, we have the object in the beginning and the form of the verb is all the time third. This is basic difference between the recognition of active and the passive voice. Let's go and see what is the kind of process which happens because of the conversion of one active into passive. For example, here, see, she likes hot tea. Now, the sentence is active because she is in the beginning and the verb form is according to the tense. Hot tea is liked by her. The hot tea is in the beginning, it's passive voice, liked is third form of the verb, this passive sentence. What has been done here? Subject of the active, she is converted into her as the object of the passive. Same is the case with the object of the active, hot tea, that has been given the place of hot tea in the beginning of the subject, and that is why it's a passive voice. Like is converted into liked and by her is added by converting she into her. Similarly, is has been added as a helping verb addition because no passive voice is possible without the helping verb. Wherever the helping verb is not present in the active voice, a helping verb is added in the passive voice. If the helping verb is already present, then different other additions are made that I shall be clarifying in some next slide. But so far, it is about this slide. Let's go next. Go to the next slide. What is the process for this? Number one, change the object of the active into the subject of the passive. Because in order to start with the passive voice, you need the object first of all, and that is why the object of the active voice should be brought first of all in the beginning of the sentence. Add a helping verb according to the tense, number, and gender. Now after that, if there is no helping verb already existing, and even if it is existing, we need to check three things. Number one, what is the tense of the sentence? I mean, if it's present, if it's past, if it's future, or if it's continuous, or if it is indefinite, or if it is the perfect tense or the perfect continuous. In all these cases, we need to check the tense. After checking the sentence, we should look what is the number of the object. Sometimes the number may be very much important. If it's singular, the singular helping verbs will be added, like is, like was, like has. And if it is plural, definitely some plural helping verbs are required to be added. For example, are, for example, were, or for example, have. These helping verbs should be added if there is no helping verb. And then sometime we need to take care of the gender of the subject as well in order to continue with the sentence. And then comes always use third form of the verb in the passive. That is essential. I already said that the third form is required, is the basic requisition for any passive voice sentence. Again, convert the subject of the active into object of the passive. The active sentence ka jo subject hai, that should be taken to the place of the object. add by before the object of the passive. We need to add some preposition before the subject of the active is made into object and placed in the position of the object. We need to add by before that. This is also one of the requisitions. However, there are two verbs. One is known, one is married. These do not require by before that, and the preposition to is to be added before that. A passive is not possible if object of the active is missing. For example, there is a sentence which doesn't have an object. You cannot convert it into passive voice, because in order to start the passive voice sentence, you need an object. If the object is missing, it would create difficulty in conversion of the voice. For example, I sleep, he eats, etc., etc. These sentences do not have the object, and that is why their passive is not possible. And here is the list that I have given for the benefit of my students, that what are the conditions of different pronouns from subject to object. Like I should be converted into me, then we into us, you into you. You has the same position for subject and object, he into him, she into her, they into them. And similarly, if you have to convert object into subject, then it me into I, us into we, you into you, and him into he, her into she, and then them into they. So this is the way you can convert the subject and object of the pronoun. However, if there is a name that doesn't need any type of conversion, the similar thing will be done in the case of the subject position or in case of the object position. Similarly, there are some examples in order to test all that, whatever I have said. For example, if the sentence is active, we like sweets. This is a simple present sentence, and the passive voice will be sweet is liked by us. Look at the sentence. Sweet has become the subject now in the passive voice, and that is singular. So that is why is used for this helping verb as a helping verb, and third form of the verb has been used. Similarly, the subject of active we has been given the place of object in the passive voice as us, but before that by has been added. Again, another sentence, she eats mangoes. Mangoes are eaten by her. Here mangoes were the plural as the object of the active. Same has been placed as a subject, so that is why instead of is, the helping verb are has been used, although the sentence was that of the simple present. I kick the ball, third sentence is ball is kicked by me. Same case. And then he does not help me. It's a negative sentence. For the sake of negative, helping verb definitely is required, and therefore we shall be saying I am not helped by him. All processes the same. For example, me is converted into I, he is converted into him, third form is added as well, but the negativity has been added by using the helping verb I, because the subject is I. The helping verb am has been used because the subject is I, and not is added in order to make a negative according to the normal stream of the processes. Same is the case here with they do not listen radio. Radio is not listened by them. This also present tense, and with do not is not has been replaced. Does he cut the cake? This is a question, and that is why the helping verb which was to be added after the subject in passive voice has been brought in the beginning of the subject, as is the rule for making a question. So that is the way how one can make the passive voice of the negative sentences as well as that of the question sentences or interrogative sentences. These are the examples for the present, simple present. Let's go to the next one. The second slide of the examples is about the past and about the future. For example, it says, I ate bread. Ate is the second form or the simple past of the present eat, and that is why it's second without any helping verb. It's simple past. And here, therefore, the helping verb would be was or were. So bread, the object of the active, is converted into subject of the passive, and was, as the bread is singular, was as a helping verb has been added, and the third form, past participle of eat, eaten, has been used here. And again, before conversion of the subject I of the active into me of the object of the passive, by has been added as a rule. Then it is she wrote an article. In the same tone, an article was written by her, and the question is there, did they make tea? Was tea made by them? For the sake of question, was has been put before the subject. He did not impress me, and the kind of passive voice is I was not impressed by him. Did shows this is a past tense, so that is why helping verb past has been added. All other rules are the same. Monkey will jump at him. Now this is future, simple future, because the will and the first form of the verb added to that. This becomes future, and so the passive voice is he will be jumped at by the monkey. First of all, object of the active has been converted into he as a subject of the passive. Then helping verb will remain the same. This is a modal, so therefore it remains the same, will. And addition is that of be. So with the modals, most of the time, we make an addition of be. Same addition will be done with shall. Same addition will be done with would, should, could, must, ought, etc. So the next sentence is, shall I speak the truth? This is also a question sentence, so that is why the modal will be put forward. Put before, as it is in the active, same will be done with the passive. However, the truth as the object should be given the place of the subject in the passive voice. So will truth be spoken by me? I am singing a song. This is a present progressive sentence, so ing is there. Am shows that it's present. So song is brought in the beginning because it is the object in the active. It becomes the subject of the passive, and then am is not used because am was for I. Now song does not require am. It requires some singular helping verb. So that is why is there. As the singing is to be converted into song, how we shall show the continuity or progressiveness of the sentence, present progressiveness of the sentence, we need to add being with that. So that is why in every sentence which belongs to the continuous tenses, present, continuous, past continuous, we need to add being with that. So third form of the verb, and then the subject is converted into object. Third phase of the examples, I was not cutting fruit, same past participle. Fruit was not being cut by me, same process. She has opened account, this is perfect tense, simple perfect tense. Account has been. You can notice that subject becomes object and has the word remains the same, and then been is added in order to give the tinge of the perfectness of the sentence. And then third form is opened. Were they taking dinner? That is again past participle. Was dinner being taken by them? Clerk has not helped me. Present perfect again, a negative sentence. I have not been helped by the clerk. They had polished shoes, or shoes had been polished by them, past perfect, the same process as that of the present perfect. I shall have called you, that's future perfect. You will have been called by me. Everything same, only been is added. Subject, verb, object, position change. Form of the third verb has been used. Have birds picked food? That's again present perfect. Has food been picked by the birds? Everything same. The rules of the perfect tense. And then why has he told a lie? This is a question sentence. And WH family word why has been added to that. That doesn't make any difference at all. Because why will come and serve at the head of the sentence for the sake of question. Then a lie of the object affective will be given the place of the subject of the passive. So why a lie? Then has, after that, addition of the been, because been is added to every perfect tense for making a passive voice. Third form of the verb is already there, and then the subject he, the speaker, that has been brought in the end as an object in the shape of him because it requires objective position. So this is the way how we do that. Some are the unusual sentences and some are the forbidden sentences. Like here is the teach this boy. That is the sentence which doesn't start with the subject, but rather it starts with the first form of the verb. Such sentences need let, addition of let before they can be converted into a passive voice. So that is why first of all let has been used, and then this boy, as it is the boy on which action will be done or action is being done, that is this boy, the object. So that is why it is brought at the place of the subject. So let this boy. Addition of be is must with let. Let this boy be, and then teach needs third form to be converted so that the passive voice sentence can be made. So this is let this boy be taught. Same is the case with this negative. Do will be removed because it is for the simple present tense. When it's converted into passive voice, be is here for the helping verb, and then let is also for the verb's sake, and that is why not is added there. Open the window, let the window be opened, same process. Who praised you? That's another word diversion. The sentence starts with WH family word who, and in this WH family only who is converted into some word, otherwise all other WH remain the same. For example, why, how, which, where, all these remain the same in case of active or in case of passive. But in case of this who, we change it into by whom. So the sentence is by whom you, it's a question sentence, so that is why were is brought in the beginning. By whom were you praised? Praised is already third form of the verb. So that's the way how we do this thing. And then forbidden sentences. I slept, no object, so passive voice is not possible. I shall be washing clothes, because this is a future progressive sentence. It already has be in it, it already has ing in it, and we have got no authority to convert this be and ing into being and say the sentence like that the clothes will be being washed by. So that would be a wrong addition. That is why there is forbidding. He has been flying kites. Already has is there, been is there, and flying, if it is converted into past perfect, the two past participles will come in the sentence, and that will also make it difficult to do so. I work here. Again, there's no object, so that's why the sentence cannot be converted into passive voice. Now students, see, I have given here a list of the helping verbs which are to be added. First, you must recognize the sentence, and then you can decide with the help of the subject and the tense of the sentence what type of helping verb should be added. For example, if the sentence belongs to simple present, is, are, or am, any of the helping verbs may be added. In the simple past, was or were should be added. In simple future, be, with shall or will should be added. Same should be done with the case of modals. For example, can, should, must, etc. should be given be after that. And if the sentence is beginning with a let, if that should also be followed by addition of be into it. Then if the sentence is that of the present progressive or past progressive, that is continuous tenses, being should be added while making a passive voice. Same is the case with the present, past, future perfect tenses. Being should be added there in the case we have these sentences. And if the sentence begins with the first form of the verb, that is imperative sentence, only let should be added, and let should be followed by be. And if the sentence begins with by who, by whom should be added. Who is the only WH family word where we are required to change, otherwise no other WH family changes. WH family word changes when it is works at the beginning of the sentence in passive voice. For example, which, where, how, why, all remain the same. Only who is converted into by whom. Then now the question is, why would do all this? What's the reason for that? Why I'm making this video? Number one, we need active and passive to give significance to the subject. For example, first of all, we need to write in active voice. But if we want to give importance to the object, the thing on which the work is being done, we should speak in passive voice. And if we want to be in our approach in writing or speaking is subjective, we need to write in active voice. And if we want to be objective, then it should be in passive voice. And if we want to give our writing, our speaking a style which is impersonal style, then we need to write in active voice. In passive voice, I'm sorry. And then if we want to give a subjective approach, then it should be in active voice. And then it's a facility that either you can write in active or in passive. It lends diversity to language. It makes it beautiful. So that is why these things are done. Hopefully, the students might have understood something. Some benefit might have come. So if you like it, love it, do not fail to hit the subscribe button and the like button. In the end, I have to say thank you to you people. Hope to see you in some next video. Thank you for watching.